Hello and welcome to the Eco Power Environmental Stadium. As I'm being shouted out by the PA, I'm your commentator today, Adam Allcroft. Sheffield FC come out for this local derby on a foggy afternoon here in South Yorkshire. We welcome our neighbours from North Derbyshire, Sheffield FC, for here at a very busy stadium. We're 5 minutes away from kick-off. Let me run you through the teams. So, for the Sheffield team, all dressed in white with a red and black slash across their front. In goal, making his debut, is Ryan Musselwhite. Number 2, Ben Turner. Former Steel Rory Corman at number 3. 4, Harry Mitchell, as Stocksbridge Park Steels come out here. Number 5, Joshua Burns. Number 6, Ashton Hall. Number 7, Luke Hall. Number 8, James Baxendale. Number 9, and their captain for today, Mark Newsham. Number 10, and the headline going into this game, Scott Ruthven, only leaving Stocksbridge last Sunday, making his debut for Sheffield against his former club. And number 11, former Wednesday forward, Nathan Modest. On the bench for Sheffield is Jordan Walshaw, Jamie Yates, Sam Aykroyd, Jack Burks, and Owen Evans. So your lineup for Stocksbridge today is number 1, Ed Hall. Number 2, Elliot Walker. Number 3, Jack Tinker. Number 4, Sam Finlaw. Number 5, Liam McFadden. Number 6, Jordan Lemon. Number 7, Curtis Turner. Number 8, Ross Goodwin. Number 9, Luke Mangum. Number 10, Josh Nodder. And number 11, Nathaniel Crofts. On the bench for Stocksbridge today is number 12, Alex O'Connor. Number 14, and could potentially make his debut today, Jack Bennett, signing from Emily earlier on in the week. Number 15, 15, Josh Millen. And number 16, the player assistant manager, Andy Ring. So, yes, it's going to be an exciting game here. A massive crowd seems to come in with Stocksbridge. I would say for certain the biggest crowd of the season have come out. Obviously, lots of games not happening this week because of COVID. This game's still going ahead as we see Luke Mangum, the captain well, actually not the captain, it's Liam Fads today, back as captain, is back in the starting lineup with a few players missing for the Steels. Still not Tarshaw is going to be in centre back today with 3 fullbacks on the pitch in defence. But we are very excited for this one. Big crowd, obviously. Lots of people have brought food, brought money for the Stocksbridge Food Bank, which we thank everyone for. If you aren't here today and you want to help out with that, please do send us a message, as we will try and organise something so we can get it to Stocksbridge Food Bank. They're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays if you do want to donate to them, as we are 3 minutes away for kickoff. But actually, you say 3 minutes away for kickoff, we are looking like we're all ready for it right now. So, it looks like we're going to kick off a bit earlier. The fog has lifted. We were a bit worried earlier on in the day that it wasn't going to, and we have kicked off. Sheffield FC here. And that's a big kick forward up to the left-hand side of the pitch. So Sheffield kicking from right to left in their white kit, all white with that black and red slash. Stocksbridge in their home kit of yellow shirt, blue short, blue socks, going left to right, as that header goes right back for a throw-in. So, as it looks like Elliot Walker here on the right-hand side. It does look like Jordan Lemon's taking that central defence spot here, as Walker is up with the throw-in deep in his own half. Heads it forward, aimed towards Goodwin, but it's collected by the Sheffield man, and he kicks it forward, but that is out and smacks the top of our stand here. And it's another throw-in in pretty much the same position, which Elliot Walker looks like he is going to take. So we've kicked off a tiny bit early. It's 2 minutes ahead of time, and there already seems to be a lively atmosphere here in the ground. As that throw-in goes in, it's essentially to Lemon, who kicks it forward, collected by Joshua Burns, who has a big boot forward. It's a chase between Tinker and Hall, and Tinker will clear that. And it's going to be about a bit of battle in midfield. Turner now to Nodder on the left, but he is dispossessed, and Stocksbridge will start the attacks. Ruthven here goes clear on the right-hand side. Hits the ball in, but he is offside there. So, actually, no, it's not offside. I thought it was. So, apologies for that. It's a free kick to Sheffield, I believe, for pulling back Ruthven. So this is a good early opportunity for Sheffield FC. Currently bottom of the table. Showed some brightness in their last game against Tadcaster with 2-0 up, though they did end up losing that game 3-2. There's a free kick here on the right-hand side. The fog's not as bad as it was just about an hour ago. It looks like, though, it will be Rory Coleman, the former Steel, taking this free kick on the right-hand side of the pitch. It looks like he's going to try and whip this in with his left foot. A favourite here back in his days at the Eco Power, back when it was a different name. So Coleman here will hit this in. It's a low free kick that's headed out by Goodwin at the first, but it's knocked back in by their number 8. headed right back out, and as a bit of aerial battle goes ahead. As Modest tries to get his feet onto it, but he's dispossessed by Mangum. Collected by Goodwin, who's going to send it down the channel for Cross to chase. Cross seems to beat his man, but the ball beats Musselwhite's very well out, and Musselwhite, their goalkeeper, who is very out of goal, has to clear out for an attacking throw-in for the Steels. So it's just Musselwhite, he's making his debut for Sheffield today. Hey, we'll see. Stocksbridge fans will be familiar with him. Played for Pontefract against us in that famous game where Jordan Lemon got himself sent off for handballing on the line. As a throw-in's taken, but the ref has penalised that throw-in. It hasn't actually. Whistle for no reason, but eventually it's collected by Harry Mitchell, who clears out for another attacking throw-in, which I believe will be taken by Walker. You do struggle to see the right-hand corner here at this ground, as he has a couple of options right in front of him, both Turner and Nodder coming close, but he tries, it's knocked in, it's in the box now. Mangum trying to hold it up, heads it out to the right back to Walker. Walker is going to put a low cross in, he's going to cross goal, and Musselwhite plays his back. It was the ball there, Musselwhite didn't get proper clearance, put up a hand onto it, and it's now cleared out for a corner. A dangerous moment for Sheffield in there, and an early opportunity for Stocksbridge. So, corner here for the Steels. Can't see who's taking the corner at this point, but it's just about to go in here, right to the far post, and Sheffield managed to get a head onto it. It's not completely cleared yet, though. And it's gathered by the left-hand side by Stocksbridge, but the touch is too heavy, and that's a goal kick, and that's the attack over. So, bright opportunity there as Musselwhite isn't able to get his arms onto that ball properly and collect it, but that danger has now passed after that corner came to nothing. So it's 0-0 here after 4 minutes between Stocksbridge Park Seals and Sheffield FC. Thank you everyone who listening to this game. Weren't sure what listeners we were going to get for this one, but mostly because, honestly, if most of you seem to be here today. It's fantastic to see so many people in this ground as Musselwhite prepares to take this goal kick. It's going to be a big boot forward, and it is. It's aimed towards that right wing, and it's missed everyone, and it's going to go out for a throw-in to Stocksbridge. So Stocksbridge are going to be able to get this possession back. A couple of early kickoffs to tell you about. Worksop Town winning 2-1 against Cleethorpes Town, and Hebburn have already won 2-1 against Dunster. Good result for Hebburn, who've been struggling in recent weeks. And that's getting right back into the table. As the game restarts, the throw-in's gone right to a Sheffield player, who's booted out, right back for another throw-in to Stocksbridge. Poor touch there from the Sheffield man. Couldn't see, I think it was Ben Turner that. So Tinker's there, got the throw-in right, just right direct, in a direct line for me in the centre of the stadium. So as we're taking some time for this throw-in, as he looks, aim it downfield towards Mangum, going past everyone and to the Sheffield defender, who clears it out, and it's bounced in. It's with Ruven now, who holds the ball up well, but it's tackled by Finlaw. Finlaw has a second nibble at it now, and Sheffield just about win that ball back, and it's played to Turner on the right back. Lovely little touch to keep the ball from an rushing cross. Sends that ball forward, but it's going right to Tinker. Tinker gathers it, takes his time, big boot forward, and that's going to go right deep into their defence, and Burns is going to collect that for Sheffield, and he's going out for a throw-in now. Oh. He's thrown that right back to Musselwhite. Mangum's challenging him, and he almost gets there, but it's back to Mitchell there, who's done a big clearance for, and Ruven has a touch, but it's too heavy, and he's gone right to McFadden, who's cleared that up, and now that ball has bounced right to Goodwin, who knocks it over to Turner, who's going to rush on here. A lot of pace here, as Turner really does a big run forward, and a few players slipped over, and it's going to be a free kick to Sheffield FC after that. So Works up and down 3-1 up, actually, looking at the scores there. So Works up, their push of the pass going well. As we see, we prepare for this free kick to Sheffield FC. So yeah, 0-0 here after 6 minutes between the Steels and Sheffield. Stocksbridge looking the brighter side in the early parts of this game. Musselwhite on his debut here. A couple of Sheffield have had a lot of transfers over the last few weeks, so there's a big boot from Musselwhite. Bounced over most of the players, and it's going out for another throw-in to Stocksbridge. These long balls not really working for the visitors, yet the oldest club in the world. So, yeah, it's Tinker just on the edge of his own box. There with a throw-in, just right in the line of that big pole in front of me, so I can't really see him, but he's sent it forward, and somehow that has gone out for a throw-in from a throw-in, which I don't think I've seen before. Well, guessing it took a touch on the Stocksbridge player, but only a mild one. But it's enough for a throw-in to the visitors here, as they prepare to take this throw-in, and is going to Baxendale there, the former Worksop man, only signed from earlier this week before Christmas. score the goal for works up. He's kicked it out though for a throw-in with Baxendale. So, but as he's one of those players who has scored against us before, probably this season, probably someone to be concerned with, as Sheffield look to reshape their squad so they can try and avoid relegation. It's another throw-in. Tinker takes it long the field. This one stays inbound. It's taken a few bounces. It's gone central to Sheffield to retain the ball. Rowan's knocked it back, and it's with Hall now, the former Wednesday graduate, and he's earned a free kick for the visitors here. Just a bit deeper here, probably about 40 yards out on the right-hand side, but one that they are looking to whip in as Baxendale grabs it and stands over it right now as we see everyone move into position here. And he does. It's a big ball forward. It's aimed towards Newsham, but it's headed right back out as it bounces a bit, but now it's gone to Stocksbridge to head it out for Sheffield to miss kick it there. And that's an opportunity for the Steels to get on the break as Walker gathers it on the right-hand side, moving forward. Decides to send it down the channel to Crofts. Crofts gets it, but he's given offside there. He has come back there on to gather the ball, so I can see why the offside's given there, but that break there has been stopped. So it will, that opportunity there stopped by the flag of the linesman as we prepare for Musselwhite to take this goal kick. Still 0-0 here after 8 minutes. As again, Sheffield have had a couple of set pieces that have not come to much, and Stockbridge looking the brighter side as Ruven heads this on, but it goes to Fads who heads it back, and Lemon nicks it off him and almost gets stripped by Ruven. He sends it up the channel, and that's going to go to nowhere. Well, staying in actually a lot longer than they expected, and it's going to be a throw-in with Ashton Hall. Got the ball here. He's going to wait for for Rory Coleman to get back to take it. It's deep in their own half here, this throw-in. 9 minutes gone in this game so far. No clear-cut opportunity other than Musselwhite not really gathering the ball cleanly and where it could have gone anywhere, but in the end went out for a corner kick, which came to nothing. As Coleman looks to take a long throw deep upfield, aimed towards Ruffin, but Finlaw wins that header, and though it ends up with Modest, and now it's cleared out by Stockbridge. And that's a poor touch by number 5. Mangan passes the goalkeeper. Mangan takes a shot, blocked, and that's a fantastic block by the Sheffield defender. Not enough power on the shot from Mangan, and it's gathered by Musselwhite there and taken, and Stockbridge now back on. Mangan past Musselwhite. Shot wasn't that strong, and it was enough for, I believe, number 5, Joshua Burns, to stop it from going in, and that's the biggest opportunity we've had in this game so far. Still 0-0 here after 9 minutes between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Sheffield FC. Big opportunity for Mangan there, who's not been on the score sheet for a while now. Last goal was that penalty kick against Dunstan. Got 10 goals, leading scorer for the Steels in the season. One to watch as the ball bounces around in the air for a bit, and it's going to aim towards Ruven, but the header's won by McFadden, and there's a bit of a clumsiness on Turner, and free kick was given for that little clumsy challenge on Turner, but he had actually got the ball still, so I'm surprised that wasn't advantage. So it's on the halfway line, a free kick for the Steels, as the Steels look to try and build something. And it looks like Lemon's going to take the free kick. It looks like it's going to be a big boot forward, probably aimed towards Mangum, who's here on the near side. It's actually not aimed towards Goodwin, who looks like it's on their head to Modest, but it bounces right for Walker. He's back to Goodwin here on this right-hand side. Goodwin running forward, looking for the run of Nodder, it looks like, as he passes back. He just goes behind Cross there, but Nodder will collect that again. And actually turn it out, it's Nodder. Nodder takes a shot, and it's a great save from Musselwhite. So he has turned there, who managed to gather the ball back, plays it across the edge of the yard for Nodder. Confident, 2 goals in 2 for Nodder, takes a shot, and Musselwhite is able to punch it clear. Corner kick to the Steels. So Musselwhite probably at fault for that first opportunity there, redeeming himself for that one. Good save there from his former Pontefract goalkeeper. So it's a corner kick here for the Steels. Not seen many for the Steels from corners this season, as the ball's lofted into him towards the far post. Musselwhite punches it, and it's got headed by the Sheffield player. Headed back out now properly by Sheffield, but it looks like Turner is going to get it on the left-hand side here, as he's closed down quite quickly. And it's back to Tinker here, who played it across here back to the own halfway line with Lemon. Lemon looking for some space here to try and pass it into. Seems to find some on the right, but it's actually 2-0 and it's going to go out for a goal kick, and that's the attack over. So some good opportunities there for Stocksbridge to take the lead. Not happening so far. Good block from Burns there off the line to stop Mangum after he passed Musselwhite, and then a good save from Musselwhite from the shot on the edge of the own box by Nodder, looking to get his 3rd goal in 3 games, the winger. So We are 12 minutes into this game. It's most like fair to take another goal kick here. It's been a lively game for Stocksbridge so far, but not found the breakthrough yet in this game. It's such a good opportunity to get back into that chase for the playoffs for the Steels, especially after that disappointing defeat to Stockton after being ahead in that game. No Reece Fielding today because of that game after suspended. That goal kick's headed right towards Finlaw. There's going to be a chase between Mangum and Burns for it, but Burns wins it out and clears it out. It looks like it's going to be a throw-in here just inside Sheffield's own half, and it's quickly taken there as it goes back to Tinker. And Tinker is going to try and send it centrally, but it's headed back out by Sheffield as the atmosphere seems to pick up a bit here. Fads gets onto the end of that there, the clearance, but that's gone right back to Sheffield, and now it's with Musselwhite in his own goal. So it's Town 4 wants to work up in that early fixture against Cleethorpes Town. Good result for our rivals over there. As Musselwhite now clears that out. Big boot forward, aimed towards Ruven, and it's won by Lemon. It's aimed towards Mangum, but he's offside position, so he can't do anything. Big clearance up, Fads heads it out. Aimed towards Goodwin, who manages to win the header. Sheffield are able to clear it. It's now with Newsham, the 13-goal player, and a very clumsy challenge from Goodwin there, but not penalised. As they tend to pass towards Ruven. Ruven takes touch, and he's robbed there by Turner. Turner sends it to the left, blocked there by Harry Mitchell, and it's a throw-in on the left-hand side for Stocksbridge. So the attack will begin here as Crofts takes that touchdown from the throw-in. It's aimed towards Goodwin, who's being hassled here. And eventually the free kick's going to be given there. For Turner, actually, I mean, he deserved one for basically hanging onto his arm for about 5 seconds straight. He passes it back here to McFadden, who's here to Finlaw, who's deep on his own half, right-hand side here. So tries to send it down the channel, but Modest there, who seems to have gone back into left-back, even though I've known him as a striker. Clearly, goes right to Lemon, now back with McFadden, who tries to send it down the channel again. This time, Walker gets onto it, and looks like Goodwin there on the right-hand side in that corner. Has a sliding challenge, wins past it, tries to get past the second man, but this time, that challenge, Sheffield win that challenge, and it's a corner kick to the Steels. I believe it's a third of the game here. 14 minutes gone in this one. As I see the light behind me on the press box, so I can actually see my notes. So another corner here on the right-hand side for the Steels. So he's going to wait for this one to be whipped in. I imagine it'll be same towards the far post. No, it's more than near post. It's flicked on. No one there. It's gone to Stocksbridge on the left-hand side of the Fox on deeper. I can't really see. I think it's Nathaniel Crofts. So shot here from Finlaw on the edge of the area. It's blocked and cleared as Modest just tries to get it, but he's beaten there by Turner. It's out with Nodder on the right-hand side. He hits it in with his left. It's headed away by Sheffield, though. And now it's going to go to Tinker. Oh, actually, one out there by Paul there. And it's a throw-in to Stocksbridge here on the left-hand side. Tinker got a pacey player to deal with Luke Hall today. Start of the season with Sheffield, went to Matlock, and now back with the oldest club, as now Fadden has it on the right-hand side. He sends a crossfield ball, aimed towards Crofts, and it's perfectly pitched, but Crofts is offside and eat. Unfortunately, it's a fantastic ball from McFadden there. It's a fine Crofts. It's perfectly brought down by the winger as well, just unfortunately hasn't come to anything. 15 minutes gone in this one. Stocksbridge Park Steels 0, Sheffield FC 0. Let's just have some of the scores in the other games. Pickering Town winning 1-0 against Bridlington. That's the only other goal in one of the 3 o'clock kickoffs that I can see here. So we just wait for Musselwhite to take this free kick here. It's actually gone a lot more central to say where the offside was actually further on the right. The referee's let him get away with that one though, as Musselwhite heads it to the right-hand side here. It's one out by Tinker, that header though, but that means it's a header for Sheffield FC. So I think that's their number 2, Ben Turner, with the throw-in on the right-hand side. So the fog has dropped a bit deeper here now. Getting to be similar size as it was at Stockton last week, as Stockton try and clear that throw-in there, and Nodder tries to knock it on, and Mangum's going to go on a foot race. Musselwhite here is going to have to, well, he plays the clearance. He comes out to his goal quite a lot, Musselwhite, it looks like. And in the end, that clearance went right to Turner, who headed out for a throw into the Steels on this left-hand side. So and it looks like Tinker's going to take this further deep, a bit deeper than he actually went out with. So as this fog is getting deeper again now, we had the rain seem to clear it for a bit before the start of the game, but now it's looking like it's dropping again. As Stocksbridge sends a great pass onto the right-hand side here. Walker here on the edge of the box here sends a great ball in, but no one's there. Cleared back. It's gone back to Walker here, and it's gone to Finlaw, and it's blocked as it looks like it was fizzing towards the bottom corner. The ball's still bouncing around here. It's gone to Goodwin here, who's going to spray it out to the right wing where Walker is, but he's got a couple of men on him. Back to Goodwin here as they look for some space. Here to Nodder on that right-hand side, but it's tackled. It's a throw-in on the edge of the box for the Steels. So Finlaw with that powerful shot, that was blocked. Finlaw got the ball now, actually, as there's a bit of tackling in the right-hand side, and Sheffield have won out with that throw-in there going their way. So we'll wait for that throw to be taken as that attack is stopped there, and it does sound like the race still coming, but the fog's getting deeper as well here. Currently 0-0 between the Steels and Sheffield FC, the oldest club in the world. From North Derbyshire, as I believe I have to say it as Stocksbridge media staff. As that throw-in is hit, going straight to Finlaw, he hits the ball forward, but that's just going to go right to Musselwhite there. So it's stuck basically all as normal as Musselwhite clears up forward. It's aimed towards Ruven, it seems to be attacked with the kicks, but McFadden wins that header. That's going to go to Curtis Turner on that left-hand side, who's going to carry the ball a bit in his own half. Knocks it there to Finlaw. Lovely little run and pass there from him. As Goodwin looks for the run of Walker, but he's well covered, and he's got to neck it back to Lemon, who's playing central defence in this game. He has a little run there. Now he finds Walker on the right-hand side. Modest tracking him. As Walker tries to beat Modest, but Modest wins that fight. It's a throw-in to the Steels there on the right-hand side. 18 minutes gone. As that takes, Nodder's going to clip that pass into the box, and it's just headed out by Sheffield FC with Mangum hovering. And Sheffield FC trying to start a counter-attack on the right-hand side. It looks like Fadden's covering it, though. He's going to pass it back to Hall in the grey kit, which means he's perfectly camouflaged. And that kick's right to Ruven. Perhaps Ruven's on the opposition team now as Ruven passes it onto the right wing there. Some great players. Looks like their number 7, Luke Hall's gone clear, but good covering from Stocksbridge. Stops that opportunity back to the right wing. Crossed it in. Ruven header. Ruven just wide. Looking to make the headlines against his former team as Sheffield have their first proper effort on target. The clipped in cross from Luke Hall went to Ruven and he heads just wide of the goal. Free header for Ruven there. Big opportunity missed for the oldest club there. Wait for Ed Hall to take a goal kick here. So it was a good opportunity for Sheffield, that. Ruven making his debut after leaving Stocksbridge last Sunday. Being a veteran of this club. Looking to cause a few upset faces with his former fans here. As Hall prepares to take this goal kick. It's going to hit it right up. It's aimed towards Nathaniel Crofts. And he actually wins the header there. Not surprised if it's the shortest man on the pitch, but it does go to Sheffield FC here and their number 7, Luke Hall, gets dispossessed. And now it's with Crofts here on that left wing, and he knocks it back to Turner, and Crofts is going to look for the ball back. It's put right in front of him, but it's a bit too further ahead, and it goes into this foggy corner. And the throw-in is going to go to Sheffield there on that same side. As the referee's done a little stoppage there, he's telling the Sheffield player to get back. So we wait for that throw-in to be taken. So it's that fog has gone. I know it's a bit tricky, that right-hand corner, so you're going to get some, me not knowing the names, as I didn't at Stockton again, it looks like. Obviously very high up here in Stocksbridge, as that throw-in eventually is bounced about a bit, and then it's a free kick to Sheffield in their own half. Just to let you know, the fog rules, as I've been informed before the game, is if you can't see either goal from the middle halfway line, both goals I can see quite clearly, so game should continue. If you are worried about that, it would be a shame to leave this massive crowd that's come for this game without a full match. As I'm actually struggling to see Musselwhite in this fog, where he's taking it just outside the own half there. So he's going to aim that. He's aimed towards Ruven there, but McFadden wins that header. And if the ball bounces back, it's going to Walk on the right-hand side here. As he looks to start an attack, it's gone to Finlaw here, who's gone right to the right wing, basically. Tries to send it down the channel, but it's blocked by Coleman. And he's out for a throw-in again. As we've wait to see if Stocksbridge can take the lead here. It's thrown centrally here to Nodder. Going to spray it outline to Crofts here, but it's intercepted, but a good interception there by Turner, and Turner's going to go right on the counter-attack here. It's fine, pass finds number 8 there as he tricks his way past. He goes to Modest here on the left wing, facing up with Elliot Walker, and he's tripped there by Goodwin, and it's a good free kick on the left-hand side there for Sheffield. Good opportunity here for the visitors. As Baxendale, the veteran former Walsall man, stands above it, looking to send a good cross in for this one. And there's actually Modest there, wasn't even ready for it, but the cross goes in, it's headed back out. Going to Luke Hall here, about 30 yards out, takes a shot, And Hall has to be alive to it. He pats it away and gathers it himself as that shot was going to the top of the net. If Hall wasn't aware for it, I wonder how much the fog at that level is going to affect the keepers in this game. It definitely affected the game against Stockton. That big long ball from Hall, actually, and he sends a big one like it here. And befuddling the Stockton defence to help set up Nodder's second of the game. As Lemon has the ball here, pass it to Finlaw, now to Turner. As Turner's looking for Croft's run, tries to slip it through, but the sliding challenge there of Mitchell stops that making its way through, and it's now throwing on this left-hand side for Stocksbridge. Thank you to everyone who's listening to this. I know most people are here today, but we're always grateful for any listeners we get. And that's it, going with Lemon here back in that central defence position. Going to send it right through. That's a heavy touch, though, from Goodwin, and it's gone right to Sheffield as Ruven now has it as he looks for any on-rushing attackers, but doesn't get them, so he passes it back to Hall. Tries to find Baxendale, but McFadden there gets onto it, and Baxendale goes in a bit harshly with him there as well, as the referee's going to have a bit of a talk with actually Mark Newsham there for probably just telling players to calm down. That was a proper derby challenge there, though, the sort you like to see in a game like this, even though it was definitely a free kick. So Ed Hall here is just outside the centre circle this, so we'll see. And as a lot of the Stockbridge players have actually pushed themselves forward, as I think Stocksbridge are winning most of the headers in this game, so I can see why they're going to try and see if they can win this battle of aeriality. It's aimed at Mangum, but it's actually going to go straight to Musselwhite. Here, and so that any chance of that attack has been stopped there by Musselwhite claiming the ball. He's a confident keeper, as you can see by the fact he comes out for the ball quite regularly, but I wonder if that is going to be what catches him out. Well, that's what I hope is going to catch him out of the biased home commentator. Big long kick out, bounced off a couple of players, and now it's gone trailed back to Ed Hall. So looks like the keeper just decided to have a bit of a tennis match between themselves, kicking it to each other. So still 0-0 here after 24 minutes, over halfway through this first half, as Hall's going to just kick this ball out in front of him. He's going on the right-hand side here, aiming it towards Ross Goodwin here, who is pushed off that ball, and now it's a free kick for Stockbridge in a good position. As Nodder does like to swing these sorts of free kicks in. Here on the right-hand side here, just about 30 yards from the goal, but also it's the sort that you put across in because it's deep on this right-hand side. So we'll see what Nodder can do with this. Can he make some aerial targets to aim out like Luke Mangan? You can see Finlaw's going to join in that attack there. Only players that are back really are Jordan Lemon and Jack Tinker. So McFadden must be there, and he's a big target to aim at for Nodder. There's Nodder going to put that in. Big cross in, headed back out of Sheffield, but it's not headed very far. And there's a bit of clumsiness in the defence, but they just about clear it. Goes to Tinker on the left-hand side, who knocks it right to Sheffield FC, actually. And they're going to try and start a counter-attack, but the sliding challenge from Tinker will stop that from happening. So it's a throw into Sheffield on this right-hand side. So Sheffield will try and get their attack going here in the 25th minute of this game. 0-0 here at the Eco Power Environmental Stadium. And Sheffield FC look to try and claim a win, a vital win in their battle against relegation. Here, as they have another throw in here, just a bit further up still on that right-hand side as they take the time to take it, as they look for a man to free themselves up. It does. It's Baxendale who's done it. And he tries to pass it right back to Turner, but in the end he kicks it out, and now it's a throw into the Steels on that, what is the left-hand side for the Steels. So some good opportunities that game. The biggest opportunity went to Luke Mangum when he passed Musselwhite in the Sheffield goal, but it was Burns there who was quick enough to block it and stop that being the lead for Stocksbridge. Sheffield have retained possession here, but they've been tackled by Goodwin. Bit of a tussle going on, and it has gone out for a throw into the away side. So we see Sheffield will be able to keep possession and try and have another go at the attack. Their biggest opportunity probably came when Ruven had the former Steel player Scott Ruven had a free header in the box, but he headed it just wide of the near post. As that throw-in is cleared back away from Stocksbridge, and it's another throw-in for the visitors. So we see Sheffield keeping the ball a bit more at the moment as they throw it back to Baxendale, who tries to loop it centrally, but that's headed by Turner, and actually Sheffield are able to get this on the right wing, but now it's knocked out there by Tinker. And a throw in to Sheffield a bit further up as they just start to edge further down towards the Stocksbridge goal. the away side, who did take a 2-0 lead in their last game against Tadcaster, but weren't able to keep it, would lose 3-2 in that game. So big disappointment for a struggling side there. The throw is taken to the edge of the box there, and he's tackled and cleared, but it goes right to Mitchell, who then hits it right towards Finlaw, who heads it out. So bit of a midfield battle there as Newsham gathers it centrally. It's a pitch cross there towards Modest, but Walker is alive to it, heads it out, and it's a corner for Sheffield. A big opportunity for the visitors here on the 27th minute. As they have obviously some attacking talent here. You know, we all know about the dangers Scott Ruthven presents, but Mark Newsham, he scored 13 goals this season. Nathan Modest, a former starlet in the Sheffield Wednesday Academy. Some definite opportunities there. It's interesting just watching them set up for this corner. No, every Sheffield player is actually on the edge of the box here. So definitely a routine coming up here. Just to see if this routine does work, or is it... There's something happening in the fog over there as I see one of our physios go out. So I'm just waiting. And one of the physios is actually taking one of the Sheffield players off here. So I think I've been told there might be a cut on him. It looks like that might be the case. Obviously, the rules state, if there is any bleeding, they have to be taken off pitch. And that it definitely blood. I've just, as he comes towards the base, I can see the crimson mask he's possessing at the moment. I'm trying to see which player it is going off. Can't really see his back of his shirt as he lifts it just to make Baxendale. As I've been told by one of the Sheffield officials, it's James Baxendale, the veteran used to play for Walsall, only just signed from Worksop. The usual set piece taker Baxendale as well, we've seen so far in this game. So as we see more conventional setup, it's going right to the near post. Finlaw has to head it away, and it's bounced right up, and there the Sheffield guy's got it on the left hand side as he tries to beat McFadden there, who's closed him out. It's gone to Mitchell, who sends a shot who is very wide. So wide that I can see here some of the home fans are laughing at it. So as I can see, Baxendale now is going to have to go back to the dressing room, it looks like, whether we'll see a substitution. Sheffield down to 10 men for a while. If there is any blood on his shirt, he does have to change his shirt, which I imagine is why the reason why he's going to have to go back to the changing room for a short moment. And that will be a bit of a blow for Sheffield as they lose one of their attacking talents. Baxendale only has done well in playing in Sheffield before, mostly because I remember him scoring for Walsall against Sheffield Wednesday about 10 years ago. So as Hall takes that big boot up, I can see not as being held. No free kick given. As it goes, there's a bit of head tennis going on. Goodwin knocks it down, though, and it's going to the Sheffield man as Goodwin tries to get that bouncing ball back as Sheffield couldn't hold on to it. Knocks it off the Sheffield defender, and now it's a throw-in on this right-hand side for the Steels as they try to get an attack going here to try and take advantage of this temporary one-man advantage that they have. But Goodwin is instantly tackled. It's cleared. It goes right to McFadden, whose clearance is higher than it is long. And that's a throw-in to Sheffield, and that attack is over. It is the 30th minute, half an hour gone in this game. Still 0-0 between Stocksbridge and Sheffield FC. Not a thriller yet, like some of the games that Stocksbridge and Sheffield have taken part in the last few. But it could all be to come. As we see a substitution that is going to be made for Sheffield, it looks like they've made that decision. Jack Burks is coming on for James Baxendale. James Baxendale going off for that cut to the face. So the young Burks coming on for them there. He's a former Barnsley Academy player, former Parkgate, and he's signed for Sheffield not so long back. So a player who's been around a couple of teams here. A very typical non-league progression for players who are around the South Yorkshire area. As Sheffield, there's that foreign passes Ruthven, but it goes to Modest on the left wing. He's been trying to do a bit of trickery, but he has to pass it back because he can't beat Walker there. Now it's gone to Coleman here. Free man closing in on him. Knocks it over for Burks, who sends a low cross in, but the Hall is gathering that. Some nice play from Sheffield there, but it does come to naught in the end. So Hall's got the ball there, and we will see if he can start out with it. So you can see Ruthven closing down on Hall there to try and force him to do it a bit quicker. Head it right in towards Mangum, but Mangum is offside, so it's going to be after a Hall kick, a Musselwhite kick, as it seems to have been quite a few times during this game. 31 minutes gone, 0-0 in this game. Stocksbridge Park Steels versus Sheffield FC at the Eco Power Environmental Stadium. As this free kick's going to be quite deep, actually. Quite far up, I mean, in the Sheffield half, as it seems to be a stoppage for I like it for a while. Didn't seem to be a ball. There seemed to be the issue there. So we're just waiting for any confusion to go up. I tell you, that referee's kept his offside flag up since that offside been given. His arm must be aching by this point. I'm telling you now. Because, God, that's why they go work out, to keep that arm strength to do that for that long. That is something. So, yeah, as Musselwhite now takes this free kick, aimed towards the left-hand side, towards Ruven again, but this time Walker wins a header, and the second is gone, won by Goodwin. It's back to Walker, tins it down the channel, aimed towards Mangum. Mangum takes a touch, runs centrally, knocked a bit off balance by the number 4, but he is able to go in and send it left to Tinker. So it's a great move looking like from Stocksbridge. Sends it forward to Crofts, takes a touch back, right in that side, and he tries back to Tinker, but unfortunately a bit of miscommunication as Sheffield now have that ball back on that right-hand side, closed down, and he is forced to kick it out, and it's a throw into Stocksbridge. Some good play there that was stopped on that left-hand side by a tiny bit of miscommunication. As the long throw is taken on this left-hand side, I think it's Mangum there on that. It's not, Mangum's in central, he's sent towards Mangum. He's able to gather that actually central after the cross was sent in. Takes a shot, in! Luke Mangum! Fantastic goal! 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steel. The cross went in, Sheffield didn't clear it, Mangum were able to, Mangum gathered it, he turned around, shot it in, right past Musselwhite, and the Steels are in the lead here against their rival Sheffield FC. 1-0. Fantastic goal from Mangum, all his own really. You have to praise him for how good that goal was, because he gathered that on his own, turned around, snapshot, right past Musselwhite. He couldn't do much about that. So what an opportunity now. Can Stocksbridge go on ahead to really press home their advantage? We haven't seen many times where Stocksbridge have very early took control of the game and really battered a team. Probably Hebburn being the main thing, as Sheffield started right on the attack, but it's passed right back to Hall. He's been chased down by Ruven, but so Hall's forced to clear that to the left-hand side, really towards no one. Turner's going to gather that one on that right-hand side. That's Mangum's 11th goal of the season, by the way, as Sheffield clear that. And it's all Tinker's that. Hall's giving him an option here centrally, but Tinker's going to turn here, and he's going to send that down the channel. Well, down centrally here, and it's gone right to Crofts here, who's going to try and clip a ball here for Mangum to chase on the left-hand side, but Burns has got that, and he's cleared it out. So after 34 minutes here at the Eco Power Environmental Stadium, it is 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels, thanks to a goal from Luke Mangum. Not scored in a while, I said. I like to think I G'd him on for that goal, even though he obviously can't hear me. At least I don't think I'm that loud. Sheffield clear that throw-in out, but it's going to go right to Lemon, who heads up more vertically than across, but Fads is going to battle with Ruven for it. Ruven does win this battle, and he sent that out to the right-hand side towards Luke Hall, the young winger, former Sheffield Wednesday. He's facing up with Tinker. He's going to try and cut in centrally. He's actually going to send that down to Turner on the right. Good cross from Turner. Misses. Ruven hits it. Great save, Hall! Ruven almost with a goal there. Point blank shot. Hall with a great reflection save. It's here on the right-hand side as Walker tries to clear it out. Knocks it off the Sheffield man, and it's a throw into Stocksbridge. Great save from Ed Hall. There, as Sheffield were not, Stocksbridge, were not able to clear it. Goes right to Ruven, naming lights to score against his former club on his debut, but Hall is equal to it, bats it away, and eventually cleared. So Walker here with the throwing on the right-hand side, being held by Modest there. Goodwin as he tries to end. No free kick given as Sheffield retain it. Modest here. Cracks it centrally. They tried to cut it back onto that left wing, but Mangum, who is back defending, is clipped it out, and it's a throw into Sheffield FC. So here it's got with Rory Coleman, the former Steel, on the left-hand side. Also someone else who probably likes to get on the score sheet against his former club. So a bit of winding up of him as he came into the ground. He sends a big long throw in, and it's into the centre of the box, but Hall's come out to claim that with no Sheffield player waiting. So yeah, it's on the left-hand side as Turner gets a big sliding challenge in, then on Turner there. No free kick given. That's what we like to see, a proper non-league tackle on a non-league derby day, as that ball's pitched forward. But it's cleared back out by Mitchell. By Burns, I mean. And it's a throw in here on the halfway line for Stocksbridge, it'll look like. So it's 36 minutes gone, about 9 minutes away, as this fog still remains quite deep here, but both goals clearly visible. Ed Hall sort of invisible. But just inside the Sheffield half, actually, this throw-in's going to be taken as Tinker tries to take a few more steps. Seems to be getting away with it. And he throws it right here to Fit Turner. And Turner's got it ball back now as he passed it back to Tinker. And then Thatcher. Now with McFadden here, just inside his own half. Takes a touch. Back to Lemon here in his own centre half as Lemon's going to hit that toward the left wing. Looks a good pass here for Nathaniel Crofts as deep into the fog. And it sprays out. I think he tried to cross it in, but it was blocked by Sheffield, and that's a corner kick deep in that fog for the Steels here on the 37th minute. So it's another good opportunity to go 2-0 ahead. Trying to think of the last time I saw a corner goal from Stocksbridge. It might not have been this season. And one of the players who scored last time against Sheffield FC in a 3-0 win at their ground, Matthew Ray, was a main of but he's no longer here at Stocksbridge. That is headed away at the near corner by as Nodder will put that cross back in, and it's claimed by Musselwhite. Don't say there's two Stock players advancing on him, but Musselwhite claims it. No punching from him this time. Good claim by the Sheffield keeper as he sprays it out to Coleman on the left. Coleman does a big boot forward, aimed towards Hall. It's a lovely header on as Newsham was running onto it, just past Newsham, and the ball's cleared. As there's a bit of head tennis going on now, Ruven has it in an attacking option. Lovely little touch and pass to Newsham there. Tries to find Modest, but it's a poor pass from Newsham. And it goes right to Tinker behind Modest in the end. And Tinker tries to start an attack, but that pass is blocked by Sheffield. And it's cleared in the end, and it's going right to Ed Hall. Here, 39 minutes into the game. Not long till half-time here. 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels, thanks to a goal from Luke Mangum. A good snapshot after gathering the ball from a poor defensive mistake from Sheffield. As we see a bit of head tennis in midfield there, and it's won out by Stockbridge. Finlaw kicks it, big kick into the left wing, but that is won there by Turner, and he heads out, and it's a Stocksbridge corner. I can just, if you want to know the name of James Baxendale, I've just seen him come up with a bandage over his head, so he looks fine now, which is good to see. As we wait for Stockbridge to take the throw in on this left-hand side, big long throw towards the centre. It seems to pass a lot of players. I wonder if the fog is causing some players to misjudge the flight of these balls. But it's a big clearance there as Fads heads it out. It's towards Tinker. Tinker's going to clear it forwards, but it's really towards no one, though Crofts is going to try and chase this down, and as it's cleared by away, and I think it's out for a throw-in, but it's gone into the fog. For the third of my free commentary games I've done so far, I get the second fog game out of the three. This is definitely the one I'm going to send to the BBC. If I can do a fog game, I can do it all. As Stockbridge get a bit of space here centrally, as he looks like Turner, but he's dispossessed at the last there. Good tackle from Sheffield as they try to restart challenge. Ruven holds off his defender, but the pass is blocked by his defender, by Lemon. It looks like Finlaw has it, gets dispossessed, but gets it back. Lovely touch to keep the ball, but would have been a bad place to lose it. Sends it to the right where Crofts is, but Crofts can't hold that down. It's a throw in there to Sheffield FC. So 40 minutes gone, 5 minutes to go in this half, plus added time. Probably be a bit of added time due to that injury towards Baxendale. See what else is going on in the other league, rest of the league. 1-1 between Bridlings and Pickering, and that is the only score I've got for you. The rest are 0-0. That throw-in goes right to a Stock player, but Lemon is dispossessed. Hall's got him left, and Lemon has a couple of nibbles, and the free kick is given after appeals from their management team. Don't think there was much in that, to be honest, but it's a good opportunity for Sheffield, quite deep in. As Lemon kicks it back, but it goes right to the hand of Hall. Lemon not happy about giving away that foul. To be honest, it wasn't really a foul, but call me biased for that if you'd like. As we see, it's a good opportunity here. Roricom, we know he has a good kick on him. They have pushed him quite far up the Stocksbridge defence, so that is a very poor free kick, and it's won back quite outside their own half, really. And eventually Nodder slips over as he tries to claim the ball. This gives an opportunity to Sheffield, but it's tackled by Goodwin, and Hall there managed to get over it, knocks it off Goodwin, and it's a corner kick to the club. So corner on this left-hand side for Sheffield FC. Good opportunity for the visitors to get an equaliser here from this corner. About 41 minutes in. Oh, I'm seeing some crowds from the other non-league games coming in. I hope we can get just as good ones. Obviously, really benefiting from some of the cancellations in other leagues, and obviously the fact we're a day later, not on Boxing Day like we normally are. We know everyone's bored on the 27th. Everyone wants to get out of the house by now. As this corner now goes in, it's a good corner. The header is poor, though. It's from the Sheffield man. I couldn't see the number because of the fog. Ashton Hall, thank you, manager, for giving me that one. Ashton Hall there, he couldn't get his head over it, and he ends up lofting harmlessly over the goal. Good opportunity for Sheffield out though. 42 minutes gone in this game. 1-0 to Stocksbridge thanks to a goal from Luke Mangum on the 33rd minute. A snapshot from the edge of the box after managed to rob the defender of the ball. Here, as Ed Hall prepares to take this goal kick. As this fog just seems to be getting a bit deeper here. We can still see the goals, but so it should be still fine. So I'm sure the referee is keeping an eye on things on that. It would be a real shame to see the game get called off for that, especially with Stocksbridge 1-0 ahead. Big boot forward here towards Mangum. The header goes in the air though. Sheffield seem to win this though. It's actually dropped down perfectly for Finlaw. As Finlaw's going to make a run on the left-hand side. He's tackled though. There's a bit of a tussle in this midfield as the ball bounces a bit. As both sides trying to win the ball. It's gone to Goodwin who tries to pass it forward to Mangum. He sprays out the left and Stocksbridge win that battle there. On this left-hand side here. Tries to cut it centrally towards Mangum, I think, but it's cleared there as the touch is heavy. And now Lemon's going to have to, well, Fadden's going to give that on the left-hand side. He clears out. It's a Sheffield throwing. 43 minutes gone in this half. So we're just waiting. We're close to half-time here. Going to be looking like a good game so far. 1-0 to Stocksbridge thanks to that goal from Luke Mangum as Sheffield FC look to get back into this game and get an equaliser. The heads have definitely not dropped to Sheffield as they fight in this local derby game. As they pitch the ball forward, the clearance from Lemon, though, is skewed way, and he's actually gone out for a throw-in on that right-hand side still. So Sheffield are building a bit here as they look to try and create an attacking opportunity for themselves. Bulls, the club currently bottom of the table. Hope we take the opportunity of the fact that Bridlington and Pickering are facing each other as the free throw-in is taken again. Here, attacking the right-hand side is cleared by Stocksbridge, but not very far. Finlaw just about heads it on. Nod and then knocks it back, and it's gone right to the halfway line with Sheffield FC as they knock it to the right-hand side with Ben Turner. Turner is going to knock that forward towards, I believe, Luke Hall there on the right. No, not Luke Hall. It'll be probably even Modest who swap wings as a foul is given, it seems, on... I'm sorry, the fog is quite deep towards that side. It's quite tricky to see, but it looks like Modest fouled Tinker, so it's going to be a free kick, or is it a throw-in? It's actually a throw-in. It's not going well for me today so far. I do apologise. The following is a challenge at times because it's actually now going for another throw-in, but this time towards Sheffield FC. I'm sure if you go on social media, you'll see some of the pictures of this fog. It is getting quite deeper. I think we might need another rainfall to try and clear this, as we got just before the start of the game, where it was actually cleared quite nicely as the ball bottoms around a bit, and it's another throw, but this time to Stocksbridge. So 44 minutes gone. We're almost at half-time here. Been a good game so far. Maybe not the most thrilling for all our extra visitors, but Stocksbridge in the lead, getting the 3 points here so far. But there'll be another half to come if they can get through to the half-time without conceding here. But a bit of head tennis here in the middle as the ball bounces around, but this time Goodwin wins it out, and it's great here to the right-hand side. Walker with plenty of space here. He's trying to find the run here, and Nodder. Mangum here actually on the right-hand side. Mangum heads it potentially. Gone to Nodder. Oh, it would have been fantastic there for Josh Nodder, but he can't get at the touch, and it's too heavy, and it goes away from him, and the ball is cleared. With here Jordan Lemon here is holding the ball as Ruven dances around him. Back to McFadden, the big boot from McFadden towards that right wing. Mangum's going to try and win that one. It bounces though, and it's back to Mitchell, who clears it out, goes to Walker, who heads it down, and Goodwin just about got it, but he's clipped there, and Burks has got it, and he managed to clear it, and Modest there has been held back a bit as he tries to get a run on, and it's a free kick on the halfway line here. 45 minutes gone. We're trying to look out to see if I can see any added time given. Can't see anything so far. Usually Sam is the one with the half-time board if there's anyone, but nothing given so far in this game as we probably enter the 46th minute in this game now. Free kick on the edge of the half, but Sheffield FC have put everyone else as Ryan Creswell. If you heard that language from Ryan Creswell, I do apologise, the Sheffield manager, but that free kick goes to nothing, and it is half-time here now at the Eco Power Environmental Stadium. Stocksbridge Park Steels put the lead on the 31st minute when a crossing was poorly cleared by Sheffield FC. Luke Mangum covered it, and a snapshot hit it right into the back of net, and it's 1-0 here. Steels leading. We will see you in the second half in 15 minutes' time.
Alex O'Connor, number 8, Ross Godwin, number 9, Luke Mangum, Number 10, Andy Ring. Number 11, Nat Crofts. Substitutes for Stocksbridge, number 12, Jack Tinker. Number 14, Lee Cooksey. Number 15, Josh Millen. And number 16, Sam Scriven. For Dunstan, number 1, Liam Connell. Number 2, Craig Baxter. Number 3, Luke Forrett. Number 4, non-league's favourite electrician, Phil Turnbull. Number 5, Dan Capewell. Number 6, Michael Hall. Number 7, Liam Thayer. Number 8, and captain Michael Pearson. Number 9, Sado Jallo. Number 10, Jake Stafford. And number 11, Jack Elliott. Substitutes for Dustin. Goal scorer for Stocksbridge, number 9, Luke Manning. Goal for Dunstan, another goal for Sado Jallo. Dunstan's goal scored by number 7, Liam Thayer.
Quickly Athletic and Stocksbridge Park Seals, led out by Tony Green, retired Staff Sergeant, Royal Engineers, Sheffield Branch, Tim Curson, Royal British Legion, Stocksbridge Band, Damien Wheeler, Royal Navy Association, Royal British Legion, and Tony Roebuck, President of Branch, Sergeant, Prince of Wales, Own, Regiment of Yorkshire, Steph Bowles, and Nick Golab of the Royal Engineers, Sheffield Branch. nickname over. You can apologise to everybody else for that. Second that.
Current result is currently 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels here. Luke Mangum scoring the only goal of that first half. Just let you know, some news over half time is that one, the fog has got deeper. We have got a bit concerned about it here. We will keep updated on that, and hopefully the referee will keep this game going, because it's always better to try and complete one if possible, but we will keep you updated on this. Also, we've had the attendance out. The attendance is a massive 551. It's the biggest attendance of the season so far for Stocksbridge. It's incredible to see so many come out here today to support us, to support Stocksbridge Food Bank with our Food Bank Drive Day today. Thank you everyone who has come, and if you can't make it, hopefully you can make it next time. We will see you then. But yep, we are waiting as the teams are out and ready to take it. As Sheffield will look to try and get back in this game, and Stocksbridge will hopefully try and press forward and see if he can double us lead, and hopefully we will get to finish this game with the fog getting deeper and deeper. I can't really see Ed Hall in our own net, and it is struggle to see Musselwhite. So we're just waiting for kick-off here in this game, and that is it. Kick-off has started. Stocksbridge kicking off in the yellow shirt, blue short socks going right to left, and Sheffield going from left to right in their all-white kit with their little red trim. As now it's in the central midfield right now in Sheffield's own half as Nodder gathers that. Nodder's going to take a touch, and he's got the ball played front to him, but it's now cleared by Sheffield. Cleared into that right here, just right in front of us actually for a throw into Stocksbridge, which Tinker is going to take here as he waits for a couple of options, and it looks like he's going to try and aim it towards Goodwin here. Well, Mangum actually, I'm afraid. So to Nodder here. Nodder tries to keep hold of the ball. He's tackled, and now it's out, and it's a Sheffield throw-in here. Here in a very, very foggy Stocksbridge. This hill is dying us again, it seems. So you've got Ben Turner here about to take the throw-in on the right-hand side, deep in Sheffield's own half. Going to aim that towards Newsham, but Nodder got that, and he's back to Mangum. It's back to Nodder. Nodder's touch is poor, though. He's dispossessed, and he went to Burks there, and Burks was held back, and it's a free kick to Sheffield FC here. So it's a free kick here. Musselwhite's going to come out of his own goal. Deep. It's about midway through the Sheffield half. He's going to have a big kick forward as Sheffield looks to play more directly in this half. It's a very low ball here towards the right-hand side. It has got to its man, though, as Sheffield pass it back to Turner. The ball forward from Turner is intercepted, and McFadden will clear that out, but it only goes to Ashton Hall. He boots it right back up, and the header is won there by Newsham, and it's gone into the fog a bit, but I believe it's Tinker there who has gathered it up in that corner there, and Sheffield have now got it back as they look to attack, but the passing's been intercepted. Ball played forward to Mangum as the counter-attack is on for Stocksbridge here. Ball slipped through, and Crofts could have run onto it. I think he thought he was offside. Has been caught offside a few times this season. The flag, though, stayed down, and it's a shame that, because I think he would have been clear through, and it could have been two there as Sheffield clear the ball out. Then they have it here again. They're moving on to the right-hand side as Tinker closes in on Hall. Hall's passed in, but that tackle there from Finlaw's got him, and now Goodwin's going to try and stop here. Crofts here on the left-hand side. Barged into by Turner, but Turner's got into it. Turner's almost clipped by Finlaw, but he passes it back here, and it's a big move forward from Sheffield. Aim towards Scott Ruven. The touch is to no one in particular, and Fadden clears it out, and it's with Crofts here on the left-hand side. Crofts is going to send it to the channel. It's a great ball through to Mangum here, but the offside flags up, and it was a perfect position for Mangum. It's that sort of position Mangum absolutely loves to get, where it's right where would have been able to curl it with his right hand side, but there Sheffield have been saved by the offside flag for sure. Could have been 2-0. Fans here around me are not happy. They thought that was the wrong decision from the linesman. Wonder if he can see this far ahead. Stocksbridge's yellow shirts do at least stand out in this sort of foggy weather. So Musselwhite here with the free kick. Yeah, he's going to kick this forward. He's going to go crossfield towards that left-hand side. It's going right to Elliot Walker here on the right, and he's going to knock it forward to Nathaniel Crofts, who's back to Walker. He's going to clip it forward back to Crofts here on the right-hand side. He's tackled, and that's a free kick just inside the Sheffield half for Stocksbridge. Stocksbridge starting off quite brightly in this second half. 3 minutes gone, 48 minutes in this game. So far, 1-0 to Stocksbridge Cocktails thanks to a first-half goal from Luke Mangum. So that throw-in's come to nothing there as Sheffield have booted the ball up. It's a bit of a chase in defence, which Ed Hall looks like he's going to win, I think. Yep, he's cleared that, and his ball is going somewhere. It's going deep into the Sheffield half. And that's actually a Stocksbridge ball, so it must have taken some sort of deflection to go that way, as the throw-in's taken. So Sheffield cleared the throw-in there, and it's back out for another throw-in, with Walker doing it this time to Finlaw here. Finlaw turns. He's going to pass it all the way back to Hall. I'm surprised he can see him, but that's what he does. And Hall's going to take this touch here before taking a big kick up. And when the ball goes high, you can't see it, I'm afraid. So, but it has come down well for Stocksbridge here, as Turner has it, and he's passing it back to Finlaw. Here to Goodwin, it looks like, and the ball just goes behind Nodder there, and Sheffield are able to clear. But it's back with McFadden, who's going to clip this ball on the right-hand side, looking for Crofts, but it's too deep, and I believe actually going to be a throw-in here, right near the corner flag for Sheffield FC. So yeah, thank you everyone who is come today. If you are listening while you're at the ground, round 551. It's our best attendance of the season as Stocksbridge. Have got the ball high up here, but he's been dispossessed, gone out to the right-hand side, where it's going to be another throw into the Steels. So Steels keeping this pressure on Sheffield at the moment as they look for a second in the game. So just to let you know, the next game for Stocksbridge is an away game at Yorkshire Amateur, though I wouldn't make too many plans just yet. Their game was called off for COVID, so we'll have to wait to see if that happens. As Soch on the attack here. There's Nodder here, tries to get loose, but his touch is a bit too heavy there as he continues running. Hall gets him. Nodder tries to trip Hall on the way out, it don't work as Hall speeds off, the former Wednesday Academy graduate. Lemon watching him, and Finlaw comes in and tackles him, and it's a throw-in in the halfway line, and that counter-attack is stopped by a smart Stocksbridge defence. Turner is going to throw it down to Ruven here on this right-hand wing. 2 men on Ruven. Pass cuts in, gets it away, but it's cut out there by Tinker, and Tinker clears it out, and it's a throw-in to Sheffield, on this right-hand side. Sheffield now having their own little attack. As the fog appears to be lifting a tiny bit, just as we do our fog watch update. Hopefully it just feels like last week all over again, as we seem to be watching the fog quite closely at Stockton. As Turner's ball just goes to no one in particular, and it's a goal kick to Stockbridge. There you go, you'll be hearing that in the tannoy there. 551, an incredible attendance here. Hopefully we can actually beat some of the people in the upper league, because sometimes we can be one of the lower attendances, unfortunately. So Ed Hall is going to prepare to take this goal kick. So just to update you on some of the other scores happening while that's happening, Bridlington have just gone 4-1 up on Pickering in that relegation battle that Sheffield FC fans will be keeping an eye on. So that's a big 6-pointer down there as Hall clears it up there. It's aimed towards Crofts, and Crofts obviously doesn't win that. He is the shortest man on the pitch after all, but it is headed out for a Stocksbridge throw-in, as Walker's going to go out to that right-hand side. So we're going to see that way. Just going to throw this forwards there. Turner's got it here. He's going to run out centrally, and he's going to flip it out to this left-hand side towards Tinker, but it's intercepted by Hall. Goes to Mangum. It's going right to Tinker here. Tinker takes a touch. Tinker in the own box, and well marshalled by the Sheffield defence, as Tinker could have had a shot if he got some space there. Tinker obviously has had a goal. So Stocksbridge should have had that dramatic last-minute equaliser against Frickley a few weeks ago. Fortunately disallowed, quite wrongly according to many people, as Musselwhite boots that ball right up, but And Sheffield did get it, but he was tackled there by Walker as Stocksbridge looked to build another attack. Stocksbridge getting a lot more of the ball, playing a lot more football, passing about in this second half. It's gone here to Finlaw on the left-hand side of the centre circle. He's going to bring it forward here. Cuts inside again. And he's trying the cross-field ball. Brilliant done to Elliot Walker there. Elliot Walker's going to try a big cross in. Bounces there. He's going to hit. Oh, Cross can't get the touch. Mangum has it. Passes it back to Nodder. Nodder trails. Hits the post. Can who get erect first? Sheffield do. Sheffield clear. Nodder there. Almost had it there. The touch just couldn't haul it in with his touch. Mangum works very hard to clear it. Passes it back to Nodder again. And Nodder's trailing shot hits the post. And it's cleared by Sheffield as we throw in starts as Nodder tries to cut it in, and he tries to cross it in, but it's a poor cross and it goes right at Musselwhite. So Musselwhite clears it. It's going aimed at Ruven, as it often are. Ruven does get the touch onto it, and he actually gets he's offside actually, Ruven there. So it's going to be a free kick right back to Sheffield. And Sheffield can put pressure on. As I can see, Tinker's actually gone down there. The left back. Now, that's a worrying thing. There are no defenders on the bench for Stocksbridge today. So it would be concerned if he was forced to go off. And you can see our physio, Sam, having a talk with Ian before going on. But the referee's calling for the physio. As eventually our physio does go on and Tinker receives some treatment. So we'll go through some of the scores currently. So if you thought, normally the Christmas fixtures are a delight of goals because of how crammed things are, but not in the Northern Premier League East today. Well, obviously, there are plenty of goals over in Bridlington if you've gone to the seaside, where I can't imagine the fog's much better. 4-1 to Bridlington there against Pickering Town. Brighouse are doing very well, holding Liversedge to a 0-0 draw at the moment. Marsker also being held 0-0 by the team that beat us last week, Stockton. And up in Pontefract, it's also 0-0 between them and Frickley Athletic, as Tinker is up on his feet, but he is just slowly walking off. It doesn't look particularly great. We'll see if he can just shake that injury off and be able to come back on, because as I say, we have no defenders on the bench here for Stocksbridge with some of the departures currently. So it looks like he is going to come back on, Tinker, which is good news. Looks like he's waiting to come back on as Hall takes this free kick from the offside. Big move forward. It's aimed towards Luke Mangum, who's running onto it. He doesn't win the header though. Oh, but the bounce back is won by that. As Nodder now has it on the left-hand side. Nodder tries to beat Turner, but Turner wins that battle, clears it, and that clearance came off Nodder, so it is a throw-in to Sheffield as they're able to stop that attack for now. Currently 55 minutes in this game. 1-0 to Stocksbridge Foxseals thanks to that first half goal from Luke Mangum, as Ben Turner will take this throw-in aimed towards Mark Newsham. We've been kept quiet at the game so far as Finlaw wins that battle though, and it's actually a poor touch by Burks there, and it's won there as Nathaniel Cross now has it on the right on wing. Can he beat his man? He's got help on the right. Cross takes a weak shot though, and it trails right into Musselwhite's arms. I don't know if you saw the option on the right of me. Elliot Walker decided to go in his own, confident after a spectacular goal last week, but nothing doing there as Musselwhite clears it up. And it's bounced good well for Newsham there, but the calls for handball by the defence are answered, and that is a free kick. What could have been a dangerous attack there with a lot of space for Newsham is averted and stopped thanks to that handball there. Just like you know, Stocksbridge would move up to 9th in the table with this win, would now be 7 points off the playoff places. Sheffield obviously would remain bottom with this loss. There would be 5 points off that playoff relegation spot with Tadcaster and 6 off 16th place Pontefract. There's a big crossfield ball from Hall. Goes to Nodder. Nodder's touch is a bit heavy, but he isn't closed down. So Nodder's trying to beat Turner. Oh, cuts Turner inside out, but his pass goes through. Goes back to Turner. Nodder, powerful shot from Nodder, but whistles right into the arms of Musselwhite. Big, strong shot that. And Musselwhite will be happy that that did end up fizzing right into his arms. So big header there as the clearance is done, but it's right back into Stockbridge's half. Gavin in central defence by McFadden. He's going to take a big foot forward, aimed at Mangum, but it's too heavy, too far, and it looks like that is so heavy it's going to actually go out for a goal kick in the end. So that is 56 minutes gone in this game as we wait for Musselwhite to take his goal kick. It's been an entertaining game so far. 1-0. Nodder going very close there. Very, very powerful shot, and he's also hit the post. You would think there is a goal coming for Josh in the end, but he's been very, very lively and very, very active in this game, trying to get that second goal for Stocksbridge to try and ease some of the nerves that maybe become apparent in the stadium later on. As a big clearance there from Lemon is happened after that boot up from Musselwhite. And that Sheffield pass it right back to Nodder there. It's closed down well, but he gets the ball to Turner, to Finlaw, back to Turner. Some beautiful play there. It's going to Mangum on the left. Mangum's cross is quite heavy, and Musselwhite has to claim it before Turner, it looks like, on that right-hand side was moving in. Lovely football from the Steels there. More of what we want to see, that, definitely. As that Newsham heads that ball forward, and a lot of ball in the air, and McFadden clears it towards the right-hand side. It's going to be left-hand side for Sheffield, and that's going to be a throw in there on the far end of the pitch for the visitors. So 15. Looks like Sheffield are preparing to make a substitute, and actually I think Stocksbridge are looking like they're going to make a substitute as well. As I see some key players warming up, so we'll just wait. It looks like it could be number 15, Sam Ackroyd, the striker there, as obviously Sheffield will be looking to try and get some sort of advantage as... Yeah, it was going to be... And I can see Alex O'Connor looks like he's warming up for Stocksbridge Park Steels. So
number 11, Nathan Modest, is 15, Sam Ackroyd.
So that is Sam Ackroyd coming on for Sheffield FC, coming on to replace Nathan Modest, who had a lively first half. Quite active on that wing, but so we'll see what Ackroyd will bring on in that same sort of position, I presume. And it looks like we are going to see some Alex O'Connor come on. I can see he's in his kit, and we'll see who replaces him. Will it be Tinker going off after his knock earlier on, or will there be a more like-for-like replacement in central midfield? I can see the board lighting up, so just waited to see what number and trying to guess who that little glass substitutes bench that they have. As it looks like Ian's passing on some tactical things. And yes, it does look like Jack Tinker will be going off after his knock. And Alex O'Connor, that is former Brighouse man on for another former Brighouse man. Alex O'Connor coming on to make his second appearance for the Steels, his first being that start against Dunstan, where he looked very live in midfield. So we're just trying to see how this defence is changing now, because someone will have to go back if we continue to play with 4. I can see Lemon has gone to left-back position. It looks like Ross Goodwin has moved into central defence with Lemon on the left-back. As Ed Hall aims it towards that left-hand side, towards Mangum. Jumps right above him, and Turner has to loop it away before Nodder can get onto it, and it's a throw into the Steels there. So a throw in here to Steels just inside the Sheffield half here. We'll see if we can get first few touches from Alex O'Connor here. This is his home debut for O'Connor. Didn't come on in that match against Ossett. I've just seen a goal Marsk took in the league against Stockton. It's Adam Boyce. Who else would it be? Lemon takes that throwing down, aimed towards Mangum. It's back to Lemon though. Lemon's going to clip a long cross in, but it's higher than probably the players, double the height of the players there, and it's a goal kick to Sheffield SC. Hour gone in this game so far. 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels, thanks to a first half goal from Luke Mangum. A snapshot inside, probably just outside the area when Sheffield made a defensive mistake. So the fog doesn't look as bad as it was during half time. I don't think so. It looks like we might just get away with it like we did get away with it at Stockton. So as Musselwhite just about clears it, looked like he had a little bit of a stumble as he clears it from the goal kick, as it's bounced right to Newsham up front. As Sheffield retain the ball quite a bit, as a little dance around the players, but he's going backwards rather than forwards at the moment, which Stocksbridge will take every day as he tries to cross-field ball aim towards Turner. Nodder is there to cover as Turner holds it down and passes it back there to the Sheffield man as he clears it up forward there. Fads is there for the header, and that header's going to trail out for a throw-in to Sheffield on this right-hand side. Bridlington are now 5-1 up against Pickering. They're having a Christmas to celebrate. The strugglers there as Turner clips it forward for Lemon to have a test there at left back, head it away. And a big sliding challenge just gone in there on Turner from Nodder. And it's a free kick to Sheffield, no surprise, but will we see Josh Nodder get in the book for it? The question, I think the Sheffield fans will definitely want that. He's been very lively. It would be a good way to maybe limit his action for the rest of the game. So it looks like he's going to have a talk with Nodder, and no action, it seems so far. So a bit of a surprise that one's not got a booking, unless he's just waiting to take it. It's a free kick in a good position here for Sheffield on this right-hand side towards the touchline here. It looks like, I can't see the players take it because of the bars of the stand, but looks like he's going to clip it with his left-hand foot, whoever is taking it. He does. It's a very, very high cross in. Hall's going to come and claim. Hall can't get his hands onto it, but luckily Stockbridge are able to clear, and it's aimed towards Cross. As Cross holds on well, bounces over his head though, and Burns is able to turn it. And a big boot towards the right-hand side, and it looked from Nodder, and while Mangum did chase that down, it's going to go out for a throw-in on the opposite side. So Hall there weren't able to claim it properly. Bit of danger, a bit of a Heart attack for some of the Stocksbridge fans, but able to clear on that moment, and they're able to just recoup a bit out for Sheffield, have the throw in their own half. It's a big long throw right on that far hand side, but it's gone right to a Stocksbridge player, and Goodwin has it, and he knocks it to Nodder here, centre circle. Great pass there to, yeah, but it's just actually a tiny bit heavy as Mangum was chasing it, and Musselwhite claims it. He throws it to Turn on this right hand side. He's going to keep it forward. Goodwin knocks out that ball, Finler, I mean, and now it's Nodder in this left hand side. Nodder, he passes it back to Lemon. As good interception there from Hall, and it's Newsham's on the chase, but that's good coverage from Goodwin. Now it sends back. Hall's touch isn't great, though. It's through to the right, and Hall eventually clears it, and it's going right through to Crofts there. As Crofts is going to bounce off his defender. Crofts is going to run. He's gone right through the centre defence. Heavy touch, can Crofts finish it? Crofts stops it over, just wide of the post. Incredible pace from Nathaniel Crofts. Bursts right through that central defence after getting the turn on his defender. The entire stadium held its breath as they thought that was going in after he beautifully lofted it over Musselwhite. Just wide of the post, though. Absolutely gutting. What a chance. What a run. Unfortunately, didn't have the goal at the end, though. Could have been 2-0 here. Remains 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels here on the 63rd minute. As we have a bit of a stoppage here, as I can see a Sheffield player is down on that sort of central attacking area. So we'll just wait for that. We'll just go through some of the scores in the other games going on. So yeah, it's Bridlington 5-1 against Pickering Town. What a result that would be for Bridlington against their local rivals in North Yorkshire. Brighouse are currently 0-0 with Liversedge. That'd be a great result for Brighouse to be able to hold Liversedge up. It'd be a fantastic for Marsk as well. Marsk are winning 1-0 against Stockton Town. Adam Boyes scoring that goal, because if it's going to be anyone scoring for Marsk, it's going to be Adam Boyes. And it's currently 0-0 between Pontefract and Frickley. So not many lively goals getting. Don't know if some of the Boxing Day hangovers are affecting things, as the game is now underway again. There's a bit of head tennis in the Sheffield halves happening. That's a good ball there, though, to the left-hand side. Mangum here on the left-hand side. Back to the Stocksbridge players. Puts it centrally to Nodder. As Nodder tries to get around two players. He just about tries to knock a little pass through, but Sheffield just about intercept and clear. Yeah, as there's a chase on here between Goodwin and Newsham. Goodwin, though, wins it out, passes it back to Hall, and Hall passes it right to Lemon on this left back rather than taking the big clearance option. Lemon will take the big clearance option, though, and that's going to spin out, looking like actually Musselwhite's going to get to it before it goes to a goal kick. So big opportunity for Nathaniel Cross, not taken, still 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels here on the 65th minute here. So we're about 20 minutes into the second half as we see Cross try and close down on a Sheffield defender, but he passes back to Musselwhite. Cross continues closing down. I imagine that'd be terrifying coming out of the fog, because that clearance has gone to Nodder, but the touch is poor and wins the header out, and it goes to Turner. And eventually a foul is made by... Oh, and a bit of to-dos there between Nodder and Harry Mitchell there. I wonder if some words are said on that foul by Nodder, and it does look like this will get Nodder in the book, and it does. That bit of petulance from the winger is going to get him a yellow card there. Nodder, who's had a good game, very, very good game so far, and just needs to now be a bit smarter to make sure he stays on the pitch for the entire game. As we wait for this one. So this is look like Joshua Burns here going to take this free kick just on the edge of the centre circle here. And he's going to kick it deep into his fog, which has dropped again, actually, I've noticed. It seems to be our thing. We have the fog coming in and out. Let's go right to Hall. Hall claims, big, strong claim from the goalkeeper, who's having an incredible season so far. And he's going to take his time before he kicks that out. There's been a goal over at Pontefract. Pontefract have taken the lead against Frickley. Yao Rangel scoring that one. As Hall's big ball's going to bounce all the way through. It's going to go right to Musselwhite, though. Hall did get an assist, sort of assist from it last time in the last game when his ball passed over the defenders and Nodder was most live to it. Scored that goal that gave us the lead against Stockton. The ball's currently in midfield and there's been a foul on Luke Hall there on the left-hand side, so it's going to be a free kick there. As the fog has dropped quite deeply, so I am struggling to see the opposite side of the pitch now. I can't see the corner flags, and I'm actually struggling to see our own goal. So if there is a goal in our own thing, if I can't see it, it doesn't count, I think is how I'd say it. So there's a big ball forward, up into the depths of that fog. It is headed away by Stocksbridge and knocked down, and now Nodder has it on this left-hand side, knocks it forward to Mangum. Mangum's going to hold this up as he waits for attackers going. It passes back to Nodder, clips it forward. Alex O'Connor on this chase on left side. O'Connor, and Musselwhite's just going to beat O'Connor as Musselwhite has sent that ball right into the cricket ground. He's probably going to have more sixes than the England cricket team with a kick like that. So, as we wait for that, it just seems to be a bit of a stoppage. I wonder if it's
substitution replacing the 10 Scott Ruffin as 12 Jordan Walshaw.
So Sheffield FC are making their final sub of the game as Jordan Walshaw comes on for Scott Ruffin, the former Stocksbridge man, getting a few boos as he goes off. After making that controversial move midweek to the rivals, as it looks like Lemon's going to take this long throw into the box on this side after Musselwhite's clearance into the car park. Lemon, actually, going to be a long, short throw actually to O'Connor, who makes it back to Lemon. As a movement started as Lemon clips it back. Great move to Mangum on the byline, crosses it in. Oh, and the header there. Couldn't see who it was. A Nodder there again in the centre, and it skews wide. It's actually still in. I can't see. Crofts, I think, is the one who's got it. It's in centrally, and I think Musselwhite's claimed that in the end. I'm not kidding when I say I can't see it, because I thought that had gone out. It's actually being kept in, and they're going to clear that out now, but Goodwin's got it, and he's going to head that away. And it's bounced all the way to Mango. Actually, O'Connor's got to have it. O'Connor's he's taking a shot at Stewart. It's taken a deflection, though, and it might be a decent pass as Crofts has gathered that on the right-hand side. Back to Mangum, shakes a shot, and it's over. That fog is playing some tricks, I think, with some players. You can't really see that far deeply. Crofts gathered that on the right-hand side when it looked like it was going out again. Second time that's happened in about 2 minutes. Back to Mangum. Mangum, a great opportunity, but he hits it over. Still 1-0 here after 24 minutes in this second half, the 69th minute. And still 1-0. Stocksbridge looking to get their second in the game to make sure that we don't have any squeaky bum time come those last 20 minutes of the game. As Nodder wins that header, it's gone to O'Connor, who's having a great game coming on. Great pass there to, I think it was Lemon there. He's passed to Finlaw, to Crofts here on the right-hand side. Can he beat his man? Crofts takes a shot. Good save, Musselwhite, out for a corner. Crofts really coming into this game in this second half, having his chances, really using his pace, and he's getting as much space as he wants. So we've got a corner kick here for Stocksbridge. Will be interesting. I'm not sure what the visibility is like when you get down there. We can't see where the corner's coming from. I imagine you can when you're down on the pitch. Otherwise, this could be a very interesting corner. If you can't see, because it is coming from that side where it's just a deep fog. You could tell me that Lionel Messi's just come on for Stocksbridge and taken that corner, because I can't see who's taking it. I presume it would be Nodder taking it, as he usually takes the corner, especially as I can just about see a yellow shirt in there, just behind the flag. As it's crossed in, it's going to the near post, Musselwhite punches it out, Turner can't get the time, Turner gets the second shot off, and it's high and wide. There. As this fog just seems to get deeper, and I am actually struggling to see our own goal at the moment, which we're a bit further away from. So thank you for everyone who's listening to hear my commentary of a fog game again. As we go through we are in the 70th minute now. Obviously, it would be a great shame with 20 minutes to go. I believe Musselwhite is somewhere ready to take that goal kick. I presume he's there. He's there. Sorry, it's becoming a bit like Where's Wally when he's spotting the players in the fog. As Musselwhite gets urged on by his own manager to get a move on with that. He kicks it towards Ben Turner, but Nodder wins that header. And then Finlaw gathers it up, and it eventually bounces back to Nodder, breaks away, but it's going to be covered by Burns, who passes it back to Musselwhite. Musselwhite knocks it to Ashton Hall, who clears it towards this right-hand side there. Big high foot from Jordan Lemon, though, as he tries to get it away from Sam Aykroyd, and that is going to be a free kick inside Sheffield, the Stocksbridge half for Sheffield. So yeah, Sheffield have an opportunity. It'd be a lot of pressure from Stocksbridge. Would obviously be very unfortunate for Stocksbridge to concede here if after all the pressure they put on and some of those great chances. But that's how it can go sometimes. As Luke Hall has a little 1-2 with Mitchell. And Luke Hall's going to cut in his centrally here. He's going to clip this ball into the fog. It's headed away by Stocksbridge, but it is to a Sheffield man who are difficult to pick out in this fog. To another Sheffield man, takes a shot. And where is it? I can't see where it's gone. But I think Ed Hall has got it, and it looks like there might be an injury there as well to a Stocksbridge player. It's not Ed Hall, he's one of the defenders. Actually, Sam Ewens is rushed off the bench, our physio. So, I'm honest to tell you, I am struggling. If that could have gone in, you could have told me that was in, and I'd have believed you there on that one, to be honest. I think Ed Hall claimed that in the end, and there is a Stocks round down. I can't really see who it is, though. I'll update you as soon as I can tell. So that's another thing as we are entering what is the 72nd minute of this game. 18 minutes to go, plus added time. Trying to keep an eye on the referee to see if they're making a decision on things soon, but because this fog has gone unfortunately deeper. It has been just the way it's been going. It was very deep before the game started, then we had a little bit of a rain which cleared it up very well for first half hour. So I don't know if it's made worse by being in a slightly elevated position here in the stand as we wait to see that whatever Stocksbridge player was injured is now up. There are still two subs available for Stocksbridge on that bench, but Stocksbridge won't want to have to defend like that again for a while. Pardon?
Who's down?
I don't know. We're still trying to work out who's down. I think the reason I've seen the listeners go up on this commentary is because I think people who are maybe at one end of the stadium are now listening to the commentary because this might be the best way to tell what's going on at the other end. I'm afraid to say, if you are doing that, I'm not much better at this point. I'm going to be honest, I'm looking at our film crew right now and I'm thinking their highlights are going to be something today. As there's a big boot up, it's towards the Sheffield half. It's going to bounce a bit awkwardly and I see Langer was chasing onto it. The header has not gone here to Nodders. Nodders going to escape his challenges and he's tripped, and it's a free kick to Stockbridge. Now, with the fog as it is, this is what you'd normally say is a bit further out than you'd have a shot at, but about 30 yards, I'd say. But with this fog, I think that you might actually have a go, just in case his visibility is not that great. Anyway, there's been another goal at the Mar-Stockton match. It's 1-1 there. Stockton have equalised for Adam Nicholson getting his 100th goal of this 100th goal in his career for Stockton. Absolute veteran on that side. As Nodders above that free kick. Will he take the shot? You might see Musselwhite's actually keep out his goal. He will take the shot, but it's going to go right at Musselwhite and move centrally. Can't blame him for that with the visibility how it would be. As Musselwhite will clear that up. Nodders going to go for that header. He wins that header, but it's going to go out for a throw into Sheffield here. Oh, I can see the referee has stopped the game here. So I think he's going to have a chat with the captains here. I think this could be it. We'll have to see what happens here. This might be the game. Unless there's been some words said, I wouldn't be shocked if it was called off. You wouldn't be able to argue with the decision as the referee stops the game for a while. And I can see the referee is going to the managers. It looks like we may be seeing an end to this game, which would be really, really disappointing for the 551 fans here. The fans are making their protest known as the refs are talking to the manager here. The fog is getting deeper here. The fans are not happy. They do not want this match over here. It would be meaning coming back for another one, I believe. I'd have to talk to our secretary about it. Obviously, we are later on in this game. We are in the 75th minute. I'd have to see obviously it's the keepers who might be struggling with visibility, and you could say the game was not been played with full integrity if the keepers can't really see, because it is getting deeper. Yeah. It would be wonderful if we do have to postpone it, if all these 550 people could come back. So we're still waiting here as the referee makes his discussions with the managers and the coaching staff. I can see Jamie Green, our goalkeeping coach, has gone over to have a word, and the players are surrounding. They're all making decisions. I can see the Sheffield manager seems pretty happy with it. What that means, I don't know, because he might still think they have a chance of getting into it. So we're going to see. I can see some of the Sheffield players are heading towards our thing. It looks like. I think this might be it. I think this game might be over. Which would be an absolute crushing shame. Sheffield are returning to their dressing room. So the discussions are ongoing. I think Ian's trying to keep it going here. We were at the 75th minute when it happened. That will matter for how this is decided, whether we have a replay of this game or not. It would be unfortunate for Stocksbridge having 1-0 lead and having to redo this. And we are going to have to wait again and we're still waiting. Jamie Green doesn't look too happy with things there, so I can't imagine that's positive for us. As Lemon has a little push of Baxendale. Oh, there's a bit to do between Lemon and Baxendale here. Maybe we can have a prize fight go on instead if we can't have the football. So the discussions are ongoing. We wait for an announcement to be made. Then again, our announcer doesn't know what's going off either, so we're waiting. So, and the Sheffield players are, I will say most of the Sheffield players have gone back to the change room as more are heading there now. They're actually still at they're at the tunnel, actually, I can see now. The fog is getting deeper. That is actually an unfortunate thing. It's not lighting up at the moment, so just a lot of confusion right now. Can I just say I've got the most listeners now as the fog is coming in. So everyone's waiting for me to go. So there's no pressure on me at all. So the Sheffield players are hanging around the tunnel. They're waiting. Hey, look, the referee is headed towards the tunnel as well now. As I wait, I believe I see Martin's got his thing. Didn't tell me though, Martin. Thank you very much. As I wait. There we go. That is the news. The game has been paused for 15 minutes to see if the fog will lift. So we are going to pause the game. We will put one of our videos on as we wait to see what happens next, and we will be back with you when we have any news of what happens.
Quickly Athletic and Stocksbridge Park Seals, led out by Tony Green, retired Staff Sergeant, Royal Engineers, Sheffield Branch, Tim Curson, Royal British Legion, Stocksbridge Band, Damien Wheeler, Royal Navy Association, Royal British Legion, and Tony Roebuck, President of Branch, Sergeant, Prince of Wales, Own, Regiment of Yorkshire, Steph Bowles, and Nick Golab of the Royal Engineers, Sheffield Branch.
Massive nickname over. second. Hello there. So I'm back here. Unfortunately, the news, as you may have just heard over that tannoy, is that the game has been abandoned due to the fog. It's not really lifted during that 15-minute break. It's a real shame. We will see a reorganised game in due course. Please keep an eye on our social medias, and we will tell you when the next game is. And we hope to see as many people back for that game. We're sorry that so many people have come out for this game. We're not able to attend. We were not able to see a full match, I'm afraid. Thank you very much for everyone who was listening to this game, and I hope we will see you at the next one. I will get next away matches against Yorkshire Amateur. So that is on New Year's Day. We will keep an eye on that one because obviously Yorkshire Amateur had their game called off due to COVID. So I'll just let me get up some of the games coming up. Obviously, then we'll be in the new year. We have an away day at Shildon on the 8th of January. And then we will be back here at the Eco Power Environmental Stadium on the 15th of January with a home match against Brighouse. We will look forward to seeing you then. We apologise, obviously, that this game could not be finished due to the fog, and we will see you in the new year. Thank you very much. Goodbye.